Good morning, friends. We're here for another garden tour this morning. We are going to get started on the green stalks today. We've got the 3 green stalks. We have some beautiful celosia in the top. I just discovered these flowers this year and I'm super in love with them. They're like fairy tale flowers. Or the rest of this green stalk is bush beans. And we've got contender beans on the bottom and blue lakes on the top. Transplanted all the ones you can see from the planters. We have the Egyptian starflowers at the top. The sage alternating with little baby oreganos on this tier. And the second tier is all beets. We've got some growth on those. I did fertilize these last night with the help of my husband. Some red chilies. Those are looking ready. Basil, red chilies, more basil, and red chilies. This tier we've got red romaine, Swiss chard, and ruby red lettuce. This we've got mustard spinach, sorrel, spinach, tatsoi, and marvel of 4 seasons. On the bottom we got another red chili, some kale, golden bell, and more kale. This whole tier is strawberries, and the top ones I thought were really cool. Oh, there's a Japanese beetle. Gotta get that guy. And he goes. This variety has pink flowers, and I've never seen pink flowers on strawberries before. We've got some strawberries coming on. This pink variety is called Sweet Berry. This is my marker for the sun direction here. You can see the Japanese beetles really love the strawberries, so I've been trying to keep more of an eye on them. Lots of damage from these. The roots are Ozark Beauty strawberries, and they are a white flowered one, so I'll be able to tell the difference as these multiply. In this corner of the bed we've got our thyme, we've got a golden bell, mammoth jalapeno, we've got the cucamelons over here, got a pepperoncini pepper, the cucamelons going gangbusters up this thing. We've got a golden bell here behind the Thai basil. This is our red beefsteak, and it's struggling a little bit. It is starting a tomato back there, but I'm going to spray today with some peroxide spray that I learned about from Gary at the Rusted Garden, and give that a try. I know that I had mentioned it in one of my videos before, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I'm gonna try and do that today because I really don't want to have to pull these plants out. It's another red beefsteak there. Got jalapeno, a poblano here. Behind it, I sowed seeds for nasturtium. This one is a Tabasco pepper. a pimento pepper. My borage. I took out these 2 sick tomatoes here, and I didn't want to put more tomatoes in this space because these other ones are kind of sick. So I put some Will Rogers zinnias right here. Got another ancho, another mammoth jalapeno. In the back we got Cherokee purple and Kellogg's breakfast. And see, they've kind of got some of the spotting going on too. It's on the stems as well now. So I'll be spraying today for that. Got a chocolate bell, another mammoth jalapeno, or yeah, golden California wonder, a red bell. I'm not sure what this is because I lost my marker. I think it's a banana pepper, but I'll have to go back and check my videos to see what that is. We got our sad sunflower. All of the leaves got eaten off, but it's starting to put on some new growth, so I thought I would just leave it and see what happens. That one is a hot banana pepper. And that is a regular banana. It's looking quite good right now. Transplanted in that blueberry cherry. We've got carrots all in here. Leeks are green onions. Some more carrots going all the way down. That one is a Kellogg's breakfast. That's a red habanero and a Salvatierra Select. And the spotting is spread all the way this far from that other corner up there in the bed. It's spread around this way. So I'll be spraying, and if that doesn't work, I'll probably take all these out because this whole other side has tomatoes. And I want to at least get some tomatoes, but these are starting to flower and stuff, so we'll see. This is a red habanero. It got topped in the storm and all its leaves are gone, but it's putting off new growth. This is another little Salvatierra Select that I started. Red habanero, or eggplant. That's still got some holes. I haven't looked too much for flea beetles because I've been fighting squash vine borer eggs this week. Another red habanero. And these peppers are having kind of spots too, so I'll probably spray them too and see what happens. Got a red bell. And a white eggplant. All through here we have carrots. I'm trying to be more thorough this week, especially because I put all these transplants in. So I want to make sure that I update my notes to see what's going on, what I have everything in, because I don't really plan on transplanting anything else because I'm going to start seeds for my fall garden. So bear with me as I'm super thorough with this because I want to get my notes taken care of. Okay. Got leeks or green onions, red bell, my echinacea / purple coneflower has bloomed. It's got another little shoot coming off the side. I love this little guy. Got a mortgage lifter and another mortgage lifter. Got carrots all down this row in the borage there. Got our Dr. Witchies. These are looking really good. I did a huge prune this week on these tomatoes, so they got some more airflow. So blueberry cherry. Another Dr. Witchies. And this side of the bed is looking much healthier. Black Seaman. Paul Robeson. Got our onions in here. Brad's Atomic Grape. Another Paul Robeson. And this blueberry cherry on the end has really taken off in growth. The garden has kind of exploded this last week. Some lavender and rosemary. More rosemary. Zinnia. This is a golden bell back there. Some Mexican tarragon. This is one plant, but it's kind of split down the middle. This is English thyme, purple opal basil in the back, and my teddy bear sunflower. Here we've got sweet mint, and these are supposed to be marigolds, but that looks like a weed and looks like my marigold's gone. This is supposed to be marigold, but it doesn't look like it, so I'm going to see what it is, because all of the pots that my son thought he planted marigolds in the front row here look like this. This is the Dragon's Breath Celosia. This is what got me started on the Celosias. Empty pot. Chives. Looks like these are due for a good harvest. I did do a harvest on the other herbs yesterday, so I took some before pictures too. This is a marigold. And this is the, doesn't look like a marigold, marigolds. Got lemon balm. More marigolds and not marigolds. An empty pot. I transplanted these from my other containers. The spearmint. Got another of the celosia. And these two are peppermint. I transplanted them out of this tower thing and just took this down to one for the lemongrass. Okay. Here in the front, we've got our lemon thyme. I moved this cinnamon basil from back there so that it could get more light. I did harvest, there's another Japanese beetle. I did harvest a bunch off of this plant, but left a lot on this because the bees are really loving this. But I wanted to give that pepper back there some more light and room. It's a golden bell. I gotta get this Japanese beetle right there. It also likes the Thai basil. I had 2 all black honeybees on here the other day, and I had one yesterday, but I didn't know that all black bees were a thing. Oh, it looks like our radish is bolting. It's flowered. This whole front here is radishes. Then behind that we've got pole beans. There are some Chinese noodle beans and yard-long green beans in here, as well as regular pole beans, but I don't remember the order. Our potatoes have gotten super tall and they're starting to flower. Here we've got our yellow squash and it's doing well. I've been going around the base of all of my squash plants and my cucumbers, anything in the squash family, to check. It looks like I might have some more borer damage on this one. You see that right there? That is like the plant bleeding. It's trying to kill itself, so there might be a borehole there. There was one right here as well, but I stuck a safety pin in that one and kind of stabbed it in there to try and kill the vine borer. So we'll see. So far the plant's looking healthy, but I'll have to come back and check this one. But they look like flat little brown seeds, the eggs do, and I can insert a picture so you can see. But I just kind of go around the base and it'll go on the flowers and the stems too. Here we have more radishes and pole beans. This one has gone all the way up there. They're doing good. And they are getting ready to flower as well. This side we got our watermelons and then a Kajari melon and a cantaloupe. Not sure which is which. They're doing good up here. And the melons are doing well. This is our first melon that we got on. Turned from a little baby like this to this in about a week. And I've secured this bag to the trellis so that when it ripens, if it falls off the vine, it won't fall and bust open. But we've got some more little babies coming on there. And they've slowed down a bit in growth, but they are still moving. This side, we've got the same thing, melons, either Kajari or cantaloupe, I'm not sure which is which. That one is doing good too. This is our zucchini. This is the Costata Romanesco and our regular zucchini. I need to stake this one up a little bit more so that it's standing up straighter. Like this one, it's doing really good. Has no problems going straight up. But they're gonna be fruiting soon. Is our Brussels sprouts. And this is like the coolest thing my husband discovered. If you watch the water droplets in this plant, like they'll slide all around. Anytime there's water in these, I do this because I think it's awesome. That looks like a lot of bug eggs. I'm gonna have to get that off. This is our winter squashes. We have a Lakota, a butternut, and a blue Hubbard. One didn't come up in this spot, so I'm not sure which two are over here. And these are turnips. I think I might have called them radishes, but these are turnips all along this row. Got some dill coming up. These are all yellow habaneros. Then again, the winter squashes. This one is just like going gangbusters. These two in the front are the same kind. I just don't know what kind they are, so we'll have to see. 'Cause they just grow so fast. And we've got beets all in here. These are radishes. And then these are all cucumbers here on the trellis. Some more dill. The radishes and the other cucumbers, the other side. Here are the cucamelons. I had to put a trellis around my teepee that I made because they were just going crazy. They're doing good. Got a red bell here. This is a jalapeno there. And then over here, kind of being assaulted by the squash, is a Mexi bell. It's a spicy bell pepper. Navajo thornless blackberries, and they're doing good. They seem to be recuperating very well from being dried out. In here we've got pickle bush. Those two haven't come up yet. There's a baby pickle bush. Got a nasturtium, and our pineapple ground cherries are doing good. There's our raspberry, and it is coming back to life pretty good too. I'm gonna move it over so that I can get through here. This one, the stems are greening up, so I'm hopeful that it will come back too. Looks like it might have some die off that needs to be trimmed off, but we will see what happens with that. Here's our pickle bush. This is a scalloped squash. A giant Marconi pepper. A hot banana. And an Anaheim. Another Anaheim. Mammoth jalapeno. Two more mammoth jalapenos. Another scalloped squash. And then these I kept green beans from my original planting. And we've got jalapenos and dragon tongue bush beans in these. Here we've got some grapevines and some blueberries, and then a few more strawberry roots that I had left over. They don't seem to be doing anything yet. And here we've got our kiwis, and the sun has kind of roasted that one because these were still green in the bag. So I tried to tuck them in here where they'd get a lot of shade, but it still hasn't done very good, so we'll see how they recuperate or not. And over here, I did some work potting up some of these plants. We've got the two cherub tomatoes in the back. I will thin them out when they get bigger, but they're doing well.